Hey everyone, this is Vishwanath Pratap Singh. Today we are going to discuss about the vectors in standard template library. Okay, so let's start. Vectors are like dynamic arrays with ability to resize itself automatically. When an element is inserted or deleted with their storage being handled automatically by the container. Vectors are the elements which are placed in contiguous storage so that they can be accessed and traversed using iterators. Like arrays, they are also stored in the contiguous memory allocation. Okay, they are allocated the memories contiguously. Okay, so in vectors, the data is inserted or the elements are inserted at the last or at the end. Okay, so here is some basic functions in the vectors. So firstly, we are having the pushback function with the constant g parameter, and this element, what this function does that this inserts the element at the last where g is the element's value. Okay, where g is the element's value, it means if we are having some we are having some a container like thing, and we have to insert that element at the last. Okay, that element is only inserted at the last. Then we are having the pop back function. Okay, pop back function, what it does that it removes the element from the last or from the end of the container. Okay, that yes, pushback is used for inserting at the last and pop back is used for deleting the element at the last. Okay, so clear function, what this function do actually, it clears all, it is used to remove all, and it usually clears all the elements from the container, whether it is a map, whether it is a vector, whether it is an array, whether it is a multi-map list, and so many things. Okay, and size usually returns the what is the number of elements, it returns the number of elements in the vector or container. And even if it is also used for map, multi-map, and many more containers in the standard template library. And empty is used to tell, and it also used to return one or zero in the, and it tells that whether whether that container is empty or not. If it usually used to return zero, it means that vector or that container is not null, it means it is not empty. And if it returns one, it means that it is empty. So yeah, here are some, let's start to move on. And here we are having some required header files that are stream and vector. Then we are having using namespace std, and after that we are having int main function. And here we going through the declaration of it. Okay, declaration of vector, its syntax is that firstly we have to write vector, then its data type, whether it is int, character, string, float, double, long, and etc. Okay, signed, unsigned, there are many more. Okay, then we have to write the vector name. Okay, as let's take an example that I have initialized here this vector int number. Okay, the data type of this vector is integer, it means this number can store the elements with the integer type, which are of integer type. If actually here I can also write character. Okay, sorry, I can also write here character, I can also write here string, it can take all these values. Okay, so at this time, at present, I am just using here int. And now we come to the inserting the elements inside the vector. So here we are having a method in which, that is a pushback, in which we have to take a value. I mean, if we have to take another variable for storing, for firstly for calculating the value. Okay, I not mean to calculate the value. Firstly, we have to take the value from the user if we really wanted to take it from user. Otherwise, we are also having other method. Okay. So firstly, we will take, here I'm using up to 3. It means j is up to 3. It means it will just iterate for the 3 times. Okay. So here I'm entering the values. Then I am pushing all these values inside the number vector. Okay, so this is the method. Firstly we have to write the name of the vector, then it is followed by a dot push back, and inside which we have value. So it will run for the 3 times. Okay, it will iterate for 3 times, and then after that we are having the one more method for inserting. If we don't wanted to take any kind of insertion, or we don't even wanted to wanted the user to take the to enter the value, so we can have the other method without inserting like that. So that we can use directly some constants or some integer types of values or some character types as depend upon its type int its data type. Okay, this is this is what we are done with the we used to do with insertion. Okay, so after that all the values are inserted, and then now we come to the printing the values. Okay, printing the header values. So there are usually two methods using the first method is that we firstly use the number, means the name of the vector, like we use for arrays. Okay, and second is to use an iterator. Okay, use an iterator for printing the values. Okay, so yeah, firstly here we are just printing the values using the this one, what, using the vector name. Okay, so let me just comment out all these other things which I have already made here.